Short Me Tina here once again from shortmetina.com, doing a video recap for ticker MNKD, MannKind. Right now what you're looking at is a daily chart dating back to about April of 2017, but I do want to focus in on action within the past month or two. So I've done a couple of videos on MannKind. So to recap, my stance is the stock overall is bearish, meaning that, since late 2017, we've done nothing but decline. However, if we go back to most recently, the beginning of April, the stock started to do what I call trade within a range or a sideways action, right? So these two purple / fuchsia lines can be denoted as the range or the trend. And I like playing these because they're rather simple, right? Obviously, you'd have to know how to identify resistance and support, but if you can identify them, you can play them. They're relatively simple. And so what I said with MannKind, although I wouldn't go long personally, I wouldn't personally go long this stock because, the easiest thing you can do is trade in the direction of the trend, and this trend is down. And so going long would make no sense because for me personally, again, because the trend is down. However, there is a trade. And if you go back to my older videos, I said, well, the trade would be buying once the stock gets to support, which is this area here. Now, if we fast forward to most recently, this candle here on May 10th, you'll see what happened here. Stock touched support, which is represented by this fuchsia line, and it bounced. And look, we broke through resistance here. And what I see happening, we closed at 199. I think best case scenario, and I don't know the news and what facilitated this action here. And I'm assuming it might be news, and I didn't check. Again, I'm assuming it might be news. I'm assuming, tongue twister, it might be news because it happened on above average volume. At any rate, so we kind of like busted through support, we busted through resistance here. And I think what's going to happen is we're going to fill this gap at $2.19. So you might have a ways to go from 199. I don't know what percentage that might be. It might be a 10% gain or something like that. And once there, to be continued, right? I always say that the markets they're very dynamic. And what I mean by that is that, the outlook on a stock can change based on, the activities. And we all know that every single day, majority of the players might be the same, but every single day, there's a new price range, there are new participants, and because, there's new people trading the stock, and because of that, it makes it a very sort of dynamic entity. And so things can change, and things can change rapidly, hence why I tend to do, videos of the same stock. Pardon, like maybe 5 days in a row, but that's neither here nor there. So I think that we have a chance to fill this gap at 219, and once that gap is filled, unless momentum continues, I can see us rolling over. Now, the extreme bullish case for those that have been in MannKind or that are looking to actually get in, and you missed the bounce here on support. Now, once it rolls back over to this resistance level here of around, let's call it like 185 to 190. Let's give it a range. If it can retreat back to that level and hold, and not just for a day, you have to give it time to sort of establish a trend or a base or whatever. So if it pulls back to that area and holds, that might actually bode well, extremely well for the bulls, because what that says is that it looks like it wants to start a new channel. So that's my take on MannKind. In the shorter term, I see us filling this gap here at 219, or at least getting close to it. Based on the chart, I see us rolling over at that point. Now, whether or not we stop at 185 or 160, that'll kind of tell you what should come in the intermediate term with MannKind. So that's my take. Short Me Tina from shortmetina.com. Head on over to shortmetina.